Well. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Art with Mad Mill. I am the maddest artist on YouTube, and I thank you for being here. And guess what we're going to be doing today? Picking up where we left off last time. Yeah, I got it all set and ready. So we're going to get back to it and finish that picture, right? So I think we're going to have fun. If this is your first time being here, I hope you're ready. So strap in. You're going to be in for a treat. And I hope you mad ones are having a good day today. Hope everybody is having a good Thursday, ready for the weekend, right? I think everybody's ready for the weekend. New change and all of that. But, you know, like usual, I'm going to have to go on ahead and take my jacket off because, you know, I don't want to get any paint on it. I have hard enough time to try to keep other people down in the facility from, I don't know, you know, trying to tear my code, trying to take it from me. Different things like that. So, there we go. So now we don't have to worry about the paint. Alright, so, what is the idea of what I am working on? What is the main theme? Well, the theme of the work I'm doing is dystopian future. Let's just set the scene. Man has finally reached his pinnacle point of success, right? And in doing so, they've reached a point where they've transcended humanity's flaw of being mortal. But what's the darker side of it? Well, that is, the world is now a decadent wasteland because there's nothing alive. Everything's been industrialized to make this beautiful world. And this beautiful world is what I'm going to be showing you guys in the next couple of paintings and pictures. Something I want to do. So, anyways, I hope you guys are ready for it. We're going to start the music up and we're going to get going. Hit that chat if you guys want to talk. And let's get mad, shall we? Yeah, this is good. Not the song. There we go. Everything likes to get a little out of control, right? Then we're going to brighten it up a little bit. There we go. So where we left off, we're going to work in this area today, right? So we're going to add a little bit of dark paint. So that way you guys can understand what's going on here. Here we go. Now a lot of my tips got messed up because some of them stayed out too late and got dried up, so I've had to work with them a little bit, so they seem a little funky. You may not notice it, but I notice that they're a little funky, right? So what's new with you mad ones tonight? Anything new, anything interesting, new game, new movie, anything? Anybody doing anything new or interesting? Or are you doing something this weekend? It's starting to get warm, so I'm assuming everybody's going to try to get out and do things. Well, at least if you do, hopefully you'll have a good time. Right? Oh, let's see. I am currently playing a game about being a drug dealer. And it's pretty good. Overwhelmingly positive reviews. Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. I heard about that game. So many new games coming out. I don't know what to get or if I need to, but I heard many people talking about it. It's, what is it called? Like Class A or something like that. It's supposed to be interesting. Like, you get to do the whole process, apparently, of manufacturing it and going and selling. It's funny they make games about that where people have actually went to prison for this, which is crazy. It's like, let's make a video game about being a drug dealer. Now, I think simulator games are going to be a thing of the future because, you know, everything's going to be automated soon, and that'll be the only way that anybody will be able to remember. Schedule 1, yeah, that's it. Schedule 1, that's it, yeah. It looks fun. A lot of these indie titles are really taking over. I think they're going to kill AAA if AAA don't get its act together. You know, that's where the pipe busted, right? Oh, it's co-op? Hey, that's cool. I mean, well, what do you do playing co-op, exactly? Like, you both just run around selling and making and stuff? That's what it is? That might be fun to play, actually. Sounds like it'd be fun. I didn't realize it was co-op. I have to look into that. That might be something fun to dispense madness with, you know. Very nice. Yeah, I might need to take a peek at that. Now, let's see here. The next phase of this, I need a different type of brush. The old but true. Here we go. Gotta change up the color of this. I realize now this has just turned into some type of like a wash kind of deal. I tried to make gray, but it didn't really work the way I thought it would. So now I got this putrid kind of all-white looking mess here. It's not. It looks black, but it's really not. Like, as you can see here, it's a very heavy wash. I have to just finagle with it, right? There we go. Hey, that's nice. To a little groove tenants with 2 plants. Oh, 2 little grow. Oh, okay, 2 little grow tents with two plants. All right. I mean, if it's not too price-wise, if it's not too bad, maybe. I know stuff gets a little out there, but I mean, if it's not a bad price, because I know that the Dune game is coming soon, and I'm excited for that. I'm waiting for that. That's where I want to put my money at. So they're making a Dune survival game, for those of you that may or may not know this. Supposed to be really awesome. It's on sale as 20. Okay. That doesn't seem too bad. Might check that out. There we go. Sludge. Cool. And now we'll do this to kind of give it that. Oh, shade. Let's take care of that right now. Just get that out of the way, right? This weather sucks. Now it's all hot, and now I'm gonna get all stopped up, because that's what happens every fall and every spring. I get seasonal allergies. Oh boy, I know many of you suffer from that too, so I feel you. I can't breathe, Mel. I can't. My nose, my face. Yep. I know some of you might be like, "Oh my God, that song's finally over." Yeah, I know, right? But then we got something a little bit better than that. So let's fix this. So this is like an industrial facility and like a castle kind of deal. This tip keeps getting crazily jammed up, man. He said tip jammed up. That man said his tip's all jammed up. I know someone's thinking that one. He said his tip is in a compromised angle. That's what he said. Well, I'm hard on my tips. You know, I'm always pulling on them and jamming them up, and you know, what am I supposed to do? And that was a song by somebody. looks like we might be having a little bit of a slow night tonight, but you know, it's that time of year. Spring break, you know, and it's also Thursday, and it's warm, and kids are probably either going back to school or they're probably doing stuff, you know, the norm. Or people could be catching up on sleep, which sleep is good. I've been catching up on more sleep, and I can say my brain has been working a tad bit better. You'd be surprised how much sleep can really affect the human mind and body. At least 6 hours, if nothing more than that. That's bare minimum, I say. Man, Mel, I can work off of 5 hours. Or some people like, man, I work off of 30 minutes of sleep. Yeah, until one day you know, you get in your car or truck and then you come to and you're somewhere else and you're like, what happened to me? I know I'm cracking a joke, but someone out there's like, yeah, he's right, man. He's right. Listen to him, man. He knows what he's talking about. I've been there 37 times. I haven't personally. Good grief, no. I think that's insane. I don't want to listen to Dora the Explorer music. Let's change this. Hey, Skew, how you doing? Thank you for showing up. I hope that you are having a good night. Thanks for popping in. We have been working on the dystopian techno horror, which is the world that everybody lives in this picture. Everybody has a great time. They're all robots. A bit late. My sister karate class. Ah, fantastic. What belt is your sister? What belt is your sister in karate? As I am a fan and also a practitioner of the martial arts, which is cool. I think martial arts is great to be involved with if you're physically capable. Even if you can do mild martial arts, not competition fighting, but just being able to do the movements. It gives you great discipline. It also gives you the ability to focus better. It gives you confidence, and it gives you self-defense. There's a lot of great things to martial arts, and I know I'm pumping it up. You can green belt, nice. It's a green and black one, fantastic. So she's on her way to green, blue. She's on her way to blue belt. After that, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's blue, purple, brown, then black. I think it's like 2nd degree brown, something in that order. Hey, Demetra, how you doing? Thank you for showing up. I hope Madness is finding everybody well tonight. I hope you guys are having a good time. I know starting out, I was just getting a feel for the picture. I was working on another one earlier today too, but you know how that goes. Now I'll tell you guys this, whichever way you go in art, if you find a certain form that you like, let's say you like painting more than you do digital, or say that you like digital more than you do hand drawing, or you like hand drawing, whatever you finesse and master first, because you should find one to really master and be good at all, but master one, right? And that's what I've done. This hand drawing on pencil and pen, like what I'm doing here, is more natural to me, almost like breathing, right? And I like doing digital and I like painting, but just what I'm doing here, this hand done scenery and all of that kind of stuff is really what I enjoy. And I was thinking about like, what is the mission of being the madman? Sorry, I was tied up on the phone. Where are you drawing? Oh, the dystopian future of the lost lost humanity, basically. This is what humans will dissolve down to, and this is what their areas will look like. Industrialized, lost, eroded, broken. They will just build over everything. You know. Don't feel like this song either. We're going to just keep bopping on. There, that's better. The random shift today is really sucking. It's not getting anything I want to hear across. Ah, there it is. Yeah, here you guys go. Here's something for you. Hope everybody can see this okay. Is everybody able to understand what's going on, or do you guys need a little explanation of what's happening here? Because if you need explanation, it's fine. Don't feel like, oh man, I don't want to ask them. I don't want to sound silly. No, there's no such thing. If you don't understand what's going on, ask, because it's called. Oh, I got you. Yeah, if you got questions, that's what the chat's for. You can ask questions. What are you doing, Mel? What is that? That's weird. Is that a man? What is that? What kind of mess is that? Is that a robot? Are you on drugs? You know? No, that kind of stuff. Is that the new picture? Yeah, this is one of the new ones. This is one I was working on from the Warshak picture I was trying to do, and then it's literally turned into this now. So, because this is what I was seeing while I was working on it. All right, so we'll give this a little soak because it's starting to get gunked up. Now, here's a little trick of the trade I want to show you guys. Don't want to do it too much, but say for example you don't really have the money to buy all the tools that you need, right, for this, and you have just enough to get you a calligraphy pen, but you don't have enough to get you the cleaning stuff. Well, there is a way to get around that. If you have 70% alcohol, see, I'm drawing with my siblings. Oh, nice. So yeah, if you have rubbing alcohol, you can soak this in there, and it'll break up the calligraphy ink when it starts to cake. It gets real putty-like, right? So you can break it. But remember, if you do that, you got to make sure you got it cleaned off and dried, because it will mess up everything. You don't want to push too hard either when you're trying to get it. You just want to get enough, you know, and it will break it up every time, for the most part, unless if it's like damaged or something, right? So what are you drawing with your sibling? Or siblings? Or sibling? What are you drawing with your sibling there, Stu? There we are. Look at that. Yeah, I like that. That's looking nice. Are you guys starting to see it? Are you guys starting to see it too? Or are you guys still having trouble figuring out what's happening? And it's okay if you can't figure it out. There's no problem with it. Because that's the beauty of this type of abstract piece, is that like a living organism, right? It just morphs as the pin goes, it goes, and then it changes, Let's see, what do you got here? That music reminds me of Blade's bar scene. Yeah, it does. It does a lot. We're just drawing random stuff we see. Hey, there you go. That's always the best. Random stuff. Let your imagination flow. Don't allow yourself to be confined to, I gotta figure out what it is. I gotta draw stationary stuff. I gotta draw still life. Enjoy the art. Enjoy being creative. If you see something different, like for example, one of the do you guys mind if I share one of my core fondest moments with you? One of my fondest moments of my life involving with my artwork. It doesn't matter how successful I will ever be, nothing will ever top this. Nothing will ever top it. And it's going to be a hard thing to top too, right? So, but I'm not going to bore you. I gotta at least have at least three people who want to hear it. So Because, you know, I have that flashback recall mess, and that gets a little crazy. And I don't want to get too out there in the sauce, right? Tell it sweet. Alright, so, fine. Well, that's one person. That's one person. I might get somebody else. I'll give it a minute. Oh, okay, Duchess. You like to know? Okay. So, here's the thing. So, I'll just go on and tell you guys. So, probably the biggest moment out of anything I've ever done involving with creativity or just having an imagination. I was helping my uncle, and we were working on, I believe we were working on a dryer, doing something physically with it. Two things. Both of these are two things that happen at once. So, as we were helping him, I drew the part that we needed, because this was like at a time that we didn't really have camera phones, but you know, it was new technology. Not everybody had a camera on their phone, right? So, I was able to just sketch the part exactly, like to the T, what the gentleman was needing, and my uncle was kind of like, okay, that's neat, you know. He knew I had artistic ability, but he was kind of that, you know, the little tougher breed. Don't tell you, you know, don't give you too much praise or it'll give you a big head. Try to keep you humble in that way. It works if you know how to do it right. Not everybody knows how to do it right. Not saying that it's good or bad, but that's what it is. So, now this is the fun moment. I looked at a rock, and I was looking at it, and the way that it was indented and crushed and all of that stuff looked like a tank. It did. It looked like an actual tank. Now, it didn't look like a normal tank. I saw like thrusters on it. I saw all this other kind of stuff as I'm looking at it, and he thought I was being silly, goofing off, because, you know, we're working on this dryer, and I'm like, this is insane. I can see this tank clear as day. Now, my imagination, my mind was, you know, fully open. And I need to say that to tell you guys the next part when we get there. Okay, this is going to be my motivational speak for tonight. But anyway, so I see it, I pick it up, I examine it, and I tell him, yeah, I want to draw this tank later. And he's like, yeah, what else, right? So I do. I draw it later. We finished doing what we were doing for the dryer and everything, and then we're taking a break, and I'm just, you know, my grandmother's making food, and we're just, you know, we're having a good time, and I show him the picture, and I showed him exactly what I was doing, and he was baffled, just blown away, and I knew he was, because he was like, well, that's nice, that looks good, I guess, that looks nice, you know, and it was nice to get that out of him. I know that meant a lot to him, and that meant a lot to me, and I say that to say this, you know, having imagination and just drawing things from what you see is the greatest way to express yourself and to show creativity. Not everybody can do that. Remember that. If you have the ability to see something, right, and draw it, then you are special. Not everybody can do that. Some people who are artists are trained. They just repetition. Yeah, if I put you in front of something, you do it over and over and over and over again, 1,001 times, yeah, you're going to get it. You will get it. But some people are innate and natural with this, and and some people have natural imagination. So I say that so that way you guys know that use your imagination. And if you see something that looks strange, or you see something in it, now if you're seeing too much, like, oh man, that looks like a person's face and it's talking back to me, you need to seek some real help, right? But if you're not seeing that and you just, oh, I see a hamster in that rock, or I see a face in that tree, or whatever the case, sketch it out. Have fun. Nature is the greatest optical illusion you will ever see. You will see everything yet nothing at all, and it all makes sense. It's all part of nothing and part of everything, right? So have fun with the world that you live in. You shouldn't be just stuck in a rudimentary 2 or 3 dimensions of space. You should be able to look at the world a little bit more exciting. Because if you're able to see something that other people aren't, that means that they're just square and they suck and they can't do any better. And they're fuddy-duddy and they're full of no behavior because they can't accept their insanity, which is your creativity. You have to be a little insane to be creative. I mean, I hope that helped somebody today. And if it didn't, then you know what? I'll tell you something that will help you. Apparently they said in the news now that if you chew chewing gum, you'll end up with microplastics in your body. Wow. So I guess if you drink water, it'll catch you on fire, right? Like, I don't know. What's anything anymore? Yeah, that's silly too. That's a real thing. That's a real thing about the microplastics with the, chewing gum. Very silly stuff. Whew. I almost stretched my body too far trying to reach something. Well, there we go. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Oh man. So, yeah. Fun story time. Give it to me. That's what the song is saying. It wants everything. I don't know, how would you feel if somebody came up with a choo-choo train, like a small little, like, you know, mall-sized train, and they try to rob you? They just say, give it to me, and then you hear the little choo-choo. Yeah, I don't know either, right? That's a little bizarre, right? How would you feel about that? Thomas the Train Engine, like, but he had arms and legs. He just stood up. Nobody's liking that. I know I'm not. I'll ask him what does he want with me. All I can hope is he doesn't call me a diesel. That's all I hope. He doesn't call me a diesel train. Nothing wrong with diesel trains. Apparently, it's a joke. You're a diesel. He's also in the movie too. I know this will probably be more exciting to just see this in a time lapse, which I have another one I'm doing in a time lapse, so you know, you guys will get to see that soon, which I'll probably end up, I don't know. Do you guys want to see this on Sunday, or what do you want to see on Sunday? You want to see this, or do you want to see the Terminator painting, or do you want to see both? Do you want to see me do a little bit of Terminator and a little bit of this? This one ain't done yet, but it needs to be done soon. I gotta get this finished soon, so.
Tonight, I
gotta get new music tomorrow too, so I'm gonna get some new music as well. Oh, there we go. That's looking beautiful. There we go. Not bad, not bad.
some way tonight.
There we are.
You some way tonight. You some way tonight. You some way.
There we go. Alright. Now we can bridge that together. There it is. So what I'll do here to make this make sense, I will probably just do this, make it pull this all the way down here like so, and then over and up like that. And I know it looks a little weird, but it'll make sense in a minute. Pretty. I like that. And while that dries, I got another pen. Where is it? Another one. There it is. All these brushes are about the same length except for one that's like much longer than the rest. Ha. Dirty joke. Alright, and I'm just going to do this. Okay. That's not too bad. Yeah. Alright, so now we gotta go over here and shaping some of that stuff up. And up there. So, that top section up here is important. So let's get this done before we move on. Yeah, I thought I wanted that, but I don't. Almost like it never existed, right? Bang. Alright, how do you guys like that so far? I'm gonna give myself a minute. You guys like it, don't like it, think it's trash, want something different? What you think? That's it. There we go. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Glad you like it. So all this needs to be... No. I will grade that out in a minute. Oh, man. Let's see. What can I do? Can I use a pen? Could I use a pen? Would a pen work for this? Give me what I need. Where is it? Where would it be? There it is. Looking for why? How did you disappear? Oh, whatever. Fine. I don't care. It's always wanted to play tricks with me. Fine. Play tricks. That looks great. Thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoy it and are having a fun time with it. Ah. Okay, let's try a different pen. I think it's time to try this old boy back again. Alright, let's take a moment here and just take a look. I like that. Cool. Alright, now if I can add that wash again to this, I think it might be okay. Okay, hold on. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Now I can come back through here with this. Oh, that one was a little too dark. Let's see. Yeah, that's probably going to be the best I can get out of that. Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah. That's not too shabby. Oh man, we got a few minutes. I wonder if I can get this. Let's see. Oh man, looks like we drizzled down to just 2 people left. Well, maybe because I'm not talking much. I got hyper focused. Sorry about that. I mean, look at this picture. You see what's going on here. Oh boy. Working on an art trade. Oh, okay. Are you trading with somebody with art, or are you trying to do art for someone? Or are you doing a piece for a piece? 'Cause I've done that too. I've done an art piece for art piece. Oh boy, hold on. Oh. Cool. You're doing it on Discord with a stranger? Oh, that's cool. Well, I hope it goes well. Don't forget to sign your piece, I guess. You know, always want to make sure you sign your work so nobody can just take your stuff from you. At least I do. Put a mark on it of some sort. Oh, Let's see here. They gave me a character that has a lot of detail on the mechanical arm, and I'm not sure. And I'm not used to doing that. Oh, I got you. Well, wires are like strands of hair. Tubes are like if you're making a tubes are like two strands of hair by each other. You want them to lead almost exactly the same. This needs to dry. So, this needs to dry. Here, I'll tell you what. Oh yeah, this is what I'm doing for the time lapse. A little behind the scenes, right? That's what I got so far for the time lapse video that I'm doing. So, give you guys a little sneak peek before we end the stream. I hope you guys like that, all the domes. Yeah, so if you looked at both of these, it would look something like that, right? Or better yet, it would be more like this. Be more like that, right? Something in that order, kind of. Same place. Like my dad's hands. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. I mean, you know, hands. Right? Let me get this off of here. Actually, I'll leave this one. I'm going to take this one off. Here, do you want me to show you real quick, Skew, about the wires and stuff? Do you want me to give you an example? Do you want to see an example before we go? Like, which part of it would you like an example of? Like wires? Would you like an example of all of that? What, is that what you're looking for? If that's what you're looking for, I can show you. But you gotta let me know. Sure thing. Okay. So, let's see here. I want to do this easy too. We're not going to do anything crazy. I'm just going to use a simple, basic pen. Okay. So, we'll say that you got to do a wire, right? So you got a thing here, you know, whatever. You got a thing there. Okay. So, if this is like the arm, let's say that this is like the arm here. You know, you got the arm and then you got your hand, right? You got your hand, wrist, arm, shoulder, right? If you can see that. So there's all that. Anything can help. Okay. So this pen's being a piece of garbage, being a hot piece of trash. Okay, you son of a... I'm going to try to do it with this pen. This is the best I can do because that one's being a donkey. Okay. So, let's scratch all that. Alright. So let's see, you got arms. So let's start with the shoulder. So you got a shoulder here. I'm just going to make a circle for the shoulder and then a circle for the mid-arm. You got your elbow. And then you got your other forearm. And then you got your hand. And then you got your little Vienna sausages for fingers, right? And then you got that. So there's your basic arm, okay? Now what you would do here, if you were doing a one-for-one, say for example, these two parts here, this and this, are just normal, like human. Okay, cool. So then you want to know where it's going to start. So if you're going to do like an arm and you want wires or something. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to talk over this stupid thing. Hold on. There. I'm going to turn that off. Shit. Alright, so if you got this and you're looking like, for example, you want to try to do the arm from here. What I normally do, and if you were going to do it, I would say you want to make it make sense. There has to be some type of couplet that it has to go to. So wherever that couplet is, I would just do a semicircle if you want to do that just for basic. You can figure it out however you want to later as you finesse through this, okay? The main thing that you want to know is wherever that couplet is at is going to have wires. So biggest wire that you're going to have is probably like one of the hydraulic pistons. So how you would do that is you would just make that a very big thick wire, right? You would just make it thick, kind of close to itself, something like that, right? And usually you can just do like little X's in here because those are big thick wires, right? Those are big huge thick wires. They're not going to move much. Now from there you can just do like simple lines like this, like swirl it around. You don't want to make it too S curved, but you want it to make it look like it's kind of just in there. And how you want to do this is like, for example, you want to swirl around things. You don't want it to be like if this is the arm piston here, right? And you want to make that go around. You want to take it from the top, and then you want to bring it around here, and then you want to stop, and then you want to bring it around again. So you want to keep doing this like almost like that snake, because you wanted to make, once you do that, then you can add the extra here to fill in. So then you have the illusion that it's moving around the part instead of it being just stationary, to give it a little bit more depth. So if you were doing like an actual piston and then, you know, like a stabilizer or something like that, you could see where it was at. Does that make any sense? I hope it makes sense. I hope I'm not just like confusing you, because I don't want to confuse you. If you have any questions, I can do another part, like the upper part. If you're going to do like the rest of the arm, like say for example you're going to do a top, like here's the hand, like oh no stop, you know, like that, and then a little bevel for the wrist. Now what we're going to do here, instead of it being like the whole thing, we're going from this part, you would just make another circle. You always want to make a circle or kind of like a square kind of deal, because it has to connect somewhere. And usually the hydraulic one, you can put it kind of close because it needs to go to like the arm bend, like the joint. Everything makes sense. Hydraulics go to like bolt to bends, so you want it close to those. You know, you'll have like another stabilizer or something like this, where it would move like multiple moving parts or whatnot. You want that kind of near a gyro, like this. And that's if you want to go more like robotic. I mean, you can make it as finessing as you want to or not. It just depends on what you're trying to go for. But play with it. The main thing is that you're just taking cylindrical shapes, like a circle, like a hot dog or a Twinkie, right? And all you're doing is you're taking these, and you're putting them in an arm shape. So you would just make your arm shape, and then you would fill that on the inside if you wanted to. But that's just to get used to it. Once you're done and you get used to it, then you'll be able to do stuff like this, where you'll come in and you can, you know, like, oh man, this is, you know, Jimbo's tech arm, right? You know, and then he's got his stuff. And see, all you're doing is you're just making a shape. The main thing is you want to look at the shape. So your shape is over here, up, and then over, and then up, right? That's no different than doing this right here, okay? One thing that's different is that you, instead of going down and making the rest of the circle, you start doing the shape of the item. So if you get used to doing this, and then you get used to doing like the arm here, right? And then once you get that, from that point, when you get more practice in it, instead of doing that part, you can just come in here and then make this into like a gyro shoulder if you want to, where it looks like that. And then you can have this coupler part here, and then from here you would have like the main baseline of the arm. Yet again, like what we would have done here, this would have been this whole mess here, right? But when you get more into it, you'll be able to say, okay, well, this is connected here, and then if that's the shoulder gyro, then you can say, okay, well, then there's going to be a piece of wire that's at least going to lead from one point to another, which will probably be over here somewhere, so you can bring it there. And then of course you'll have this little shoulder piece, and then there'll probably be some wires coming from there, so these will be bigger hydraulic wires. And then from here, This is all in the same thing, right? Are you still with me by chance? I hope I didn't lose you. Do you have any questions, Ski, or are you still good? Let's see here. I'll give you a second. See if you want to type something in. And before I do this next part, so I want to show you how the leads will go. So everything that you see right here, if you were doing it just in an orb shape, you would then take it like you would still do the whole ball thing would be here, right? But I've been doing this so long I can just eyeball it. So the ball would be there, and then you would have another piece going here, right? So that's how you would map that out. You're here? Okay, cool. So once you get this, then you'll be able to do other things like you'll have that. However you want the exo arm to look, you can change it up. If you want a shell on it, you can put a shell. If you want it to be open, like in this case, then you would just figure out how the arm would look. And you would just... And the best way of anatomy is robotics are very... Robots and mechs and things like that are based off of human structure. So if you know how a human looks or somewhat familiar with it, then you can just add wires and things like that to a normal human shape. Like you got this here, and then the only thing you got to do to make it robotic is just add something like that, right? And then seal it off where it looks like it's contained in a spot. And then you bring something else that looks like some type of piston gyro or some type of stabilizer down there. And then you darken it up. And then once you do that, then that's when you come over here and then you can make the makeshift arm, right? And you can make the arm anything you want, but you want it to still be in the same form. So this takes a while for the chat to be received. Yeah, this thing sucks. It's all YouTube and they're trash, right? But I hope this explains it a little bit. It's going to take some time. Like I said, it took me a few years to get where I'm at with robotics. I know there's other people who can do it better than me, and that's okay. But if you want this look to it, just piddle around with it. There's other things to it too that you can do, like the shape. Like, you know, you can get the paneling. I always say just get the form of it first. Get this part. Get these two parts. Once you can get it to look like it's an actual arm, you get familiar with where to place parts, you should be good to go. So I hope that was beneficial, and that was the first time I ever really taught somebody something. So I hope you learned. Well, it helps. Cool. I'm glad that it helps, and that's the whole purpose of being here. So, all right, guys. Oh boy, let's get back over here real quick. Oh man. Well. I think we had a good show tonight. I got to do something creepy and I got to help somebody out. I think we did quite well. Yep. And I got multiple screens, so that's why my eyes are all over the place. It's not like I'm just staring off at somebody looking at me. Or it could be the man. The man's always staring at me somewhere. But I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If this is your first time being here, hit that subscribe button at the bottom, please. Greatly appreciate you being here. Hope that you will come back Sunday, 8 p.m. We'll be painting. I might paint this. Here. There it is. Hey. Goodbye. Hey. You have a good night, Skew. Thank you for being here. Anyways, Mad Ones, thank you all for being here. Thank you for being the best part of the show. Like I said before, hit that subscribe button. I will see you Sunday. Stay mad. Have a good weekend. Don't do anything too crazy. It's supposed to be warm. And if it's not warm where you're at, well, don't do anything too wild and get yourself in trouble. Oh, motivational word of the night. I got it. Say something nice at least once a day to somebody and you'll see a difference in your life. But you have to mean it, right? So if you can't say anything nice and mean it, then just don't. But if you do, you'll see a difference. Just a little bit. Anyways, I'm out of here. You guys be good at it or not. Stay mad. I'll see you Sunday. Bye.